You too. What good, guys? I'm going to do the table the good for guys.
All right. Thank you. All right, go after the mama. What's going on, guys? My son wanted to do the intro, so I let him do the intro today. So, as you know, as we always do, YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And tonight's live is going to be on 10 running backs that you must start in week 17. I said what I said in week 17. It's your championship run, guys. So I want you to feel comfortable about starting these 10 running backs. Now, these are some obvious guys. These are some guys that are a little bit lower, some RB2 guys, maybe even some flex guys, just depending on your team and your league format. But I believe that you should trust these guys. Now, listen, you don't have to start them. If you got better bell cows, then you start the other guys. But if you have these guys and you need to go to the waivers for certain guys, you don't know if you should start them, I believe these guys are okay starting. So, guys, make sure you spam the chat. Let me know that you're here. Put the 100 symbol. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you put the 100 symbol. Let me know that you support the channel. Spam it. And you got any questions, guys, I will get to your comments after I read out my 10 running backs. So with no further ado, make sure you hit the like button. Guys, let's get the likes up. We got 20 people in here right now. Let's get the likes up before we even start. I see you, Travis. Yes, sir. So let's begin. The first running back that I believe is a must start in this matchup is against the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns is a good defense now, but I still believe you need to start this guy in your leagues, and it's Breach Hall. Yes, guys, Breach Hall. Now, listen, you might say, well, it's a bad matchup. Guys, bad matchups don't really matter when you're going when you playing NFL football, because guys, teams change philosophy. Teams coach their guys up. I believe Breach Hall is going to touch the ball at least 25 times. That's how they win games. They won the game last week. Breach Hall touched the ball a lot. Now, the Washington Commanders is different than the Cleveland Browns. I know that's fully different defense. But Breach Hall still going to get the touches. In order to score points, you got to get the touches. So I'm playing any running back that's touching the ball 25 times. At least I'm going to start him as a flex. So I believe that Breach Hall should be a starter for you in week 17 in your championship. Now, listen, if you got 3 studs, like 3 top 12 every week studs, then maybe you don't have to start Breach Hall. But me and my leagues, I don't got any running back on my team that I'm going to bench Breach Hall for. Now, I may have other guys that I'm starting, but I'm not going to bench Breach Hall. That's on my team. If you're in an 8-team league, it could be different. Moving on to my number 2 guy, and this is kind of obvious, but I don't know. I want to let people know, and I've been on this guy the last 4 weeks saying that he was an optimal start every week, no matter what. Is Jahmyr Gibbs. He is the number 1 running back on this team. Now, David Montgomery is still getting touches. David Montgomery can still be started in leagues, but Jahmyr Gibbs is the alpha. So I want to also talk about David Montgomery. This is a slash. This is not a guy on the list, but he is the guy that you can start. He's getting 15 touches a game, and he's also getting goal line work. But the guy who's going to get the big plays and help you win the league is Jahmyr Gibbs. David Montgomery is just a safe play. If you got a bunch of studs in your team and David Montgomery is on your team, you can start David Montgomery because he's going to give you a safe floor. And then he can also boom because he might get a fall-in touchdown. So I like Jahmyr Gibbs. You started him no matter what. Next is Devon Achane. And this is probably what everybody's been waiting for, is Devon Achane. And I understand that because Devon Achane hasn't had a boom week in 4 or 5 weeks, maybe since the Washington game. To me, it doesn't matter. You got to get Devon Achane in the game at least as a flex play because you want that boom. You never know what's going to happen. And I love playing studs against tough matchups. What bothers me is when you play them against easy matchups, teams, they tend to take these guys out because they don't want them to get hurt. But they got to win this game. Let me see. Yeah, they got to win this game against the Baltimore Ravens. I was about to say the Cowboys. I was stuck. They got to win this game against the Baltimore Ravens. This is an AFC matchup for the number 1 seed. So Devon Achane, if you ain't going to use him this week, when you going to use him? So I believe this guy is going to get 15 touches. And Raheem Mostert had a little bit of an injury, but he's going to be okay. I love Devon Achane. I'm playing him as a flex play at least. And if he give me 10 points, I'm okay with that. That's my Oxum Razum Occam Razum type mentality, what I'm doing with Devon A. Chain. So, moving on, guys, to my number 4 is James Cook. James Cook gave what? Gave 5 or 6 points. I don't care. I'm starting James Cook as a RB2 in some leagues as a RB1. I'm not going to worry about what he did last week. That's how you miss points. I'm playing James Cook. If James Cook and Devon A. Chain are my 2 running backs and they dud me, I'm going down with that. I'm not going to feel bad at all. And I'm not going to go to no, look who scored. Gus Edwards outscored them. I'm not doing that. I'm starting James Cook no matter what. The matchup doesn't matter to me. Next is B. John Robinson. I'm starting B. John Robinson. I've been telling y'all Arthur Smith has to start B. John Robinson or he will lose his job. That's why B. John Robinson had a good output last week, and I think it's going to get better. They probably won't make the playoffs. They could, but B. John Robinson is going to get bail cow. Ain't no more saving him. So play B. John Robinson no matter what. Moving on to my next running back is Travis Etienne. This is something that y'all know y'all looking for. Start Travis Etienne. Don't worry about that pass. Now, you might say, well, Tita, he's been playing bad for 4 weeks. Yeah, but he's got a great matchup, and the quarterback is probably not going to play. And when you get a guy that's getting 20 touches a game, you got to play him sometimes. Sometimes you got to, I like to go. I understand if you wanted to sit Travis Etienne because you can say, well, look, TD, man, 4 weeks, I got this guy. He been doing this. But, guys, when you have a guy like Travis Etienne that you drafted in the 3rd round, you don't want to sit him in a fantasy football championship with 20 touches against a good matchup. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me call this matchup out. Yes. The Carolina Panthers. You can listen, it ain't been a bad running back against the Carolina Panthers the whole season. AJ Dillon ain't scored in 8 weeks and he scored a touchdown. Aaron Jones came back off of injury. Aaron Jones is him. But you find me a bad running back that went against the Carolina Panthers. Pause. You ain't gonna find one. So, guys, I love Travis Etienne. I think you got to start him at least as a flex play. Moving on to my number 7 running back is DeAndre Swift. I said what I said. Yes, DeAndre Swift. And the reason why I like DeAndre Swift, guys, is because I think they're going to try to take away the wide receivers and make DeAndre Swift beat them, and I believe he can do it. I believe he's going to get work against the New York Giants. I don't believe the New York Giants can stop the run. They got a few injuries also, guys. I mean, not the New York Giants. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. The Arizona Cardinals. So the Arizona Cardinals are one of the weakest run defenses in the league. So I'm playing DeAndre Swift. I believe he's going to get off. He's at least a flex play. You start him. Don't play matchups with him. Moving on, guys, to CEH from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Isaiah Pacheco is going through a concussion protocol. I don't believe he make it. CEH is probably going to be a guy that they use this week and throughout the playoffs because they need to take some pressure off Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I believe CEH could be a great playoff running back. I've seen it several years of watching football where guys struggle kind of all year, maybe get their position took, and then all of a sudden, the last 2 games of the season, they have really good games. And then the team said, you know what, we're going to run through you. And this guy ended up being a playoff winner for him. He ended up being like a playoff MVP. I believe the CEH could be that. Guys, I like the way his body looked. Pause. He looks more like he's been in the weight room this year. He's not as quick as he was, but he can take that pounding. Pause. So I like CEH guys to play this week, no matter if Isaiah Pacheco even play, because the main reason is Jerick McKinnon is out on IR and won't be coming back unless they go into a deep playoff run. All right, guys. Number 9 is Gus Edwards. Yes, guys, Gus Edwards. Now, listen, they playing the Miami Dolphins. The way you beat the Miami Dolphins is up the middle. Pause. They cannot stop the run game. So that's how they weak against the run. They want you to run the balls. That way they up on you. You can't run the ball anymore. So I believe Baltimore is going to be able to keep up with them, and they're going to always be running the ball with Gus Edwards because they're going to be scared of Lamar. And also, they're going to want Gus Edwards to beat them. They don't want Lamar to start scrambling and making big plays, 30 points, 40 points. They said, well, give it to Gus Edwards and let him chop it up for 6-7 yards a play. So I like playing that. And when they get to the goal line, Gus Edwards is one of the first options with Keith Mitchell being out. Justice Hills is getting some carries, but he's not getting the honey touches, which is around the 5-yard line, the green zone. And last but not least, guys, a guy that got a tough matchup is James Conner, and he's playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. But remember, he killed the San Francisco 49ers. He ate them up. Pause. So I believe that James Conner is kind of matchup proof. The way this team is built, they are a spread team. So you got to stop Kyler Murray from running around trying to hit Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, making big plays. So that's all. You always we'll run the ball with James Conner. We'll give that to you. So I'm gonna take that in fantasy. And they get to the goal line, they're gonna try to run the ball with James Conner and Kyler Murray. So I'm willing to play James Conner because of his value. James Conner is not chopped liver. You can't just well, they playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. No, I don't think there's another running back on the waivers that you can find. You may could go get a Zamir White if Josh Jacobs don't play, but I'm still not going to play him over James Conner. So, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content.